It's time for our first NRL news update of the year.
It's an NRL news update. Subscribe to SEN League on YouTube and the SEN podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Well. Leo Thompson, great player.
Don't be so forlorn. We're bringing positivity to the show.
We are.
Barney. We're very yin and yang today, aren't we?
I'm
up and about.
We're on the opposite sides of what is for the Bulldogs, a great signing of current Newcastle prop Leo Thompson. Signed a 4-year deal. He's going there from 2026. So Newcastle, he gets one more year to enjoy life in the Hunter before he heads down to southwest Sydney to enjoy, well, what he thinks is a potential run at a premiership during his time there. So this is according to Michael Shamus on the Sydney Morning Herald, saying the Bulldogs have landed him on a 4-year deal from 2026. He's knocked back a lucrative offer from the Raiders, which was reportedly worth around $3.5 million over 4 years, to accept a deal of lesser value at the Bulldogs. If you're living in Canberra and you're going, this guy's accepted less money to live near Belmore, what are you looking at your city and thinking?
Yeah, you need a good hard look at yourself, don't you?
You do, mate. So his decision to leave Newcastle at the end of the contract, this current deal, means he leaves $200,000 on the table in the form of an upgrade from 2025, which was conditional on extending his contract. So yeah,
So the Raiders offer was 3.5 over 4. He's taken a haircut. So the Doggies, we were chatting about it in the ad break there. So that's 875. So he's on 825 a year if it's evenly split at the Bulldogs. 24-year-old front row. It's big. It's big coin. But I guess it's about the going rate now, isn't it?
It is. It is big coin, and it's. I don't know. Like I think he's probably justified that with the couple of seasons he's had in Newcastle. It might just be me being a Newcastle one-eyed sort of a guy. But, I think Newcastle are going to feel that loss. I do think the Bulldogs, that really does make their forward pack sort of give it some steel from 2026, doesn't it?
Well, it's what they were missing. It's not a concern, though, but looking at his minutes for the Knights, he's probably going to have to do a bit more of an output at the Bulldogs from what he was maybe used to. Maybe his minutes will go up at Newcastle next year as he sort of matures, because you need a bloody big engine to play in the front row these days. So I'll be watching very, very closely to Leo next year. What about the positivity, rather, from Pat from Peterborough in SA? G'day, fellas. Happy New Year to all. Some positivity from me is the Dogs will finish in the top 3 this year. Love that. And Bronson Xerri will make his Origin debut. That is a big one. Ooh. Also, I like this as well. Josh Jackson is going to make a great future Origin coach. Up the Dogs and the Wenty Magpies as well. Have a great arvo.
Wow.
That's a big one from Paddy. Thanks for the text.
That's
love that. Top 3.
All the way from South Australia. He's right across everything Dogs, isn't he? Like, I love the idea.
So that's what we want, Barney. Positivity.
Well, I love the idea too that he's that in love with Bulldogs ex-players that he's calling Josh Jackson a future Origin coach. Mate, that is good positivity. Get involved with the positivity. What do we make of the? Let us know what you think of the Leo Thompson deal. I mean, I think it says as much about Newcastle at the moment as it probably does about the Bulldogs. Like the Bulldogs, obviously. Seen by players around the comp as a club that is on the improve, that's going places. Like in this in the story, Leo Thompson is believed to have said that he believes that they can challenge for a premiership during his tenure there, which that's somewhere between 26 and 30. That's what do you like? You're less biased than either of us in this, Brooksy. What do you make of it?
But yeah, it's interesting. The first thing that I thought was, remember his twin brothers coming this year?
Yeah.
And they lured him from Super Rugby, and so he's coming. He's like, yeah, sweet, you're here. And he's like, no, actually, I'm gone next year. I'm at the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he better be good.
Yeah.
Just quietly.
But I tend to agree with him. Like, we've seen it with a couple of signings in the past where players have taken equal to less money to go to a club to have an opportunity to play finals footy, which can then extend to rep career aspirations as well. I think it's Shawnee, this has been number one priority for the Dogs to shore up their middle. they'll have an extra year to build towards this 2026 team. I think they're going to be moving in the right direction. I can see what he's saying there.
Yeah.
The Knights have now lost you've lost Daniel Safidi to the Dolphins, which was sort of the Knights wanted him to go to another club, allowed him to explore that. And now losing Leo, which was probably a bit unexpected, but not so much in recent times.
I think the
to
difference,
lose two big boppers in the middle.
Yeah, I think the difference there is Daniel Safidi, obviously older, much sort of, and I think was already on a bit better money at Newcastle. Whereas, from what I understand, is I think that the salary cap is it's a bit of a problem up at Newcastle. It's a bit sort of skewed. So, and I think that's going to be the challenge for Newcastle is attracting and keeping players of high quality.
And the reverse is probably true at Belmore, right? They don't have any salary cap headaches at all, really. So the fact they've got him on a cheaper deal is nothing but a bonus.
That's massive, isn't it? Like from where the Bulldogs have come, and the last few years to where they are now, where they're getting people cheaper than what their opponents are offering. That's massive. And that's great. The supporters and his teammates or the Bulldogs guys are like, we're building something special here. And it is getting, trickling those signings, like having Crichton, getting risking a bit with getting the likes of Sherry, getting them cheap, and then hopefully they have some good seasons, which he did have on his first year back after his suspension. So, the Dogs are looking good next 25-26.
Isn't the player marketplace a great, in today's foot anyway, great time for a player agent? Because you can, Leo Thompson, great player, yes, but he was the hottest ticket in town. There was clubs clubbing over each other to try and sign him, and he's now got somewhere between 800,000 and 900,000, so it's huge.
The other factor in this is probably the third-party deals, which Seaforth Seagull says, "G'day, Barney. You forgot to say that Leo's third-party in deals includes one of Laundy's many pubs." I'm not sure it's that good. But, third parties, once again.
The Leo coming in 2026.
Surely Newcastle has a henny penny that can sign one of the players to a great third-party deal.
I want to know what price the Bulldogs are to win the comp next year. Let's get a Sportsbet market update after this. This is the Run Home with the Coal Miner and Barney.
What, you're still here? Well, you can see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio, you beautiful humans.